What is the worst gift you've ever received? I got a happy birthday Barbie doll for my 16th birthday. It had a pink dress and brown hair. The kicker was, my father had just given my 15-year-old stepbrother a BMW the day before. This was December and his birthday wasn't until August. I was grounded for 2 months because I told my dad I didn't want the doll unless it was capable of shitting car keys. No regrets. Edit. Thanks for so many updates guys and gals. I thought I would just answer a few questions. No. I wasn't just being a spoiled brat about the car. Had my father not purchased a car for my step-sibling the day before my own birthday and given me a cheap-ass doll for my sweet 16, I would have been happy with that gift alone. It was the principle of it. No. We no longer have any contact. I don't speak to that side of my family, save one aunt, at all and haven't in 11 years. Thank God. Yes. They were super abusive. Dad beat up my mom and older sister for 13 years until they finally divorced. He remarried a woman who was just as abusive as him, they got custody of me, and I became their whipping boy, girl. I wore my stepbrother's hand-me-downs because they wouldn't buy me clothes. My stepmother used to make me strip naked and kneel on a pile of rice while praying if I pissed her off. They removed my bedroom and bathroom doors after this even and I was forced to change clothes, shower, and use the restroom while they all watched. I lived out when I was 17 after my stepbrother sexually assaulted me. I have no regrets. The things I went through made me the person I am. I have healed. Also, I'm still a mouthy little bitch. Smile? Edit 2, you see that Stanley. More than 2,000 other human beings also think you're a total piece of shit. Edit 4, almost 4,000 now. Take that you fat son of a bitch. Edit 5. Wow. I never expected this many upvotes for a post about a shitty birthday gift. As a matter of fact, my sister and I posted about my mother and her wacky antics about a month ago and got almost as many upvotes and several golds. It makes me both happy and sad that so many people can commiserate with us about our crappy lineage. Happy, because I'm really glad we all have this platform with which to find each other and laugh about our traumas together. For me, that's the main way I've healed over the years. Finding hilarity in shitty situations. Sad, because we all had to go through these things. I wish that my life had been a singular event, a one-in-a-million thing that no one else could have compared their own life to. I wish that none of you had to experience anything similar to this. Also, RIP my inbox. Thank you for all the offers of beating Stan's ass. No, I do not wish to take any of you up on these offers. You've caught me about 10 years too late, friends. I'm past the anger. I've reached acceptance, thank God. But, I want you to know that I truly do appreciate how much of an asshole you think he is. And lastly, 5,000 people, you piece of shit. My very first Christmas with my husband's family after we got married, we were all passing around gifts. Most of his family very graciously gave us the standard newlywed gifts: dishes, towels, picture frames, etc. But this one uncle. He fancies himself a media producer, TV, radio, YouTube. He gave me, and all the other women in the family, to be fair, a DVD that he wrote, directed, produced, and starred in, about how to be a good mother. I know what you're thinking. No, I did not have children at the time, nor was I even pregnant. No, he does not have children. No, he is not in the childcare/child development field. No, he did not notice the bewildered looks on any of our faces. My husband is polite to a fault and would not let me re-gift it back to the uncle the following Christmas even though my mother-in-law thought it would be hilarious. Edit, alright, let me see if I can hunt down a link, you peer pressuring monsters. Let me just get through dinner first. Edit 2, it's not on YouTube, but it's on Amazon Prime Video, Discover Your World, Parenting and Growing Up. The trailer is on YouTube along with several other low-quality videos. Have it party animals. Edit 3, let me see if I can find the low-quality production video Mother's Day card he sent out. Edit 4, sorry, it's actually Your World Discovered, not Discover Your World. My bad. I'm pretty sure I posted about this one before on here. One Christmas, my ex-wife's grandmother gave me a little electronic slot machine game that she bought at a yard sale. It still had the handwritten $1 price tag on it. When she handed it to me, her words were, "Merry Christmas, Ken, you'll need to buy your own batteries for this." My name is not Ken. And I never bought batteries for that game. One Christmas I only got clothes as gifts. I like getting clothes, and the designs on them I remembered being amazing. Problem was, every article of clothing was too small for me, and none of them came with a receipt, so we couldn't return/exchange them. All those clothes ended up going to my little brother and he got double the amount of gifts while I had literally nothing. Put me in a sour mood, and my dad got mad at me for whining about my gifts, said I wasn't grateful, and I got sent to my room for the rest of the day and they brought me a small plate of food for dinner. The year the Nintendo 64 came out, it was all me and my brothers wanted for Christmas. We rented a system from Blockbuster every chance we got and it came in these black carrying cases. Fast forward to Christmas morning, and one of these boxes is under the tree. We thought maybe my parents has gotten a used one or something and we were beyond excited to open that puppy up. We saw the tag was from our grandparents, who were very anti-video games. Maybe they came around, though. Maybe it's a Christmas miracle. We pop open the lid and sitting inside is a typewriter. An electric typewriter. My grandfather thought we could use it to work on our typing skills. All three of us were devastated. A kitten. I was about to make a cross-country move with my then girlfriend, and her mother gave us a kitten without any discussion beforehand. It died the next day, a parasite or something. We rushed it to a vet but it was too late. So we got to pay for a vet visit and a cremation. Thanks, Mom. Edit, I just remembered, we also got a parking ticket because we ran into the vet without paying the meter. Also, it might not have been the next day that the kitten died, but it was within a couple of days. This was a good decade ago, so memory has faded a bit. To be clear, the big sin was the gift in the first place. There was nothing obviously wrong with the kitten when she gave him to us, and I don't think she neglected any medical care that he was supposed to have. It seems like an instance of fading kitten syndrome. My mother once gave my husband a truly tacky statue of two elephants in coitus. Kinda hilarious, entirely inappropriate. Did she realize what they were doing? My ex's mom bought a print of a photo from an art show that she thought her 15-year-old nephew would love. He was super into monkeys. The photo was of a chimpanzee literally jerking off onto another. We pointed this out. She thought they were playing. Best $20 she ever spent. I had a PSP and really wanted this Ratchet and Clank game. The game was legit $5. I begged my mom for it, and when my birthday finally came I got a watch. A $13 watch. Were only allowed one gift for my birthday, so that birthday sucked. Edit, pretty sure my dad saw how upset I looked and took me to GameStop the next day to get the game. One Christmas my mum gave me a little pair of tongs to squeeze tea bags. I must have been like 16 or so at the time. Just for reference, we weren't a poor family. The reason for no effort on gifts was because me and my brother kinda stopped caring about that sort of thing as we got older and didn't ask for anything. But still, we were like, why would you even wrap this? What a cruel joke. To top it off, they sucked. The tongs bent when you tried to squeeze a tea bag. My first real relationship, in the sense that it involved mutual mushing together of naughty bits, began when I was 16 years old. It lasted for 2.5 years, which I've been told is fairly impressive for a couple in high school. Truth be told, that span of time is most notable when you consider the fact that the young woman and I were almost completely incompatible. And that was never more evident than when she tried to give me gifts. For example, during our first Christmas together, my then girlfriend gave me a pair of hand weights, of the sort that might be held by an 80s era jogger wearing leggings. They had clearly been purchased from the bargain bin at the local thrift store. But I told myself it was the thought that mattered, even if I wasn't sure that any thought had gone into the gift at all. Besides, we had only been dating for about 3 months, and it was probably unfair of me to expect anything more impressive than a peppermint-flavored candy. Unfortunately, that gift set the standard for every other one I'd ever received from the girl. I need to pause for a moment and explain something about this young woman. Although she was vocally ambitious, she had almost zero patience for practice or preparation. Her idea of putting on a poetry performance, for instance, was to get up on stage and improvise while using a tone of voice that made it sound like she was reciting something. That would have been fine, except for the fact that she was really bad at improvisation, and she had a tendency to lie about how much work she'd done on something. Please keep that in mind when I tell you this. For my 18th birthday, this young woman, who was also, I should mention, completely tone-deaf, forced me to sit in a plastic folding chair for as long as it took her to sing her way through 3 love songs by Elvis Presley. I hated Elvis at the time, and watching this girl attempt, and fail, to mumble her way through Love Me Tender was as close to torture as I'd been through. Worse still, I had to sit back and pretend that I enjoyed it. Because as she'd told me, she'd worked really hard on it. TLDR, an unwanted serenade from a tone-deaf torturer. My father-in-law gave me a time-out doll for Christmas once. He dressed it up to look like me. So, basically, my Phil gave me a mini-me that was being punished. ETA, this is an example. My wealthy dad purchased a timeshare. Along with it, you could earn extra time if you got people to go on a free trip to Disney World. It was actually one night in a hotel in Kissimmee, no tickets to Disney. And you had to listen to a 4-hour timeshare spiel. And then there was 3 nights in a hotel about an hour or 2 away, and another half-day of timeshare spiel. So that's a week, 4 nights, which they said would mean 5 days, 1 entire day or longer listening to timeshare salesmen. There was also a free dinner cruise. The tickets were to get on the boat for free, the meal cost like $75. My dad and terrible, now ex-wife were so excited to give us these week-long trips to Disney. Took pics, posted the tickets on social media, expected us to be super thrilled. Kept acting like it was the most generous thing anyone had ever done, a free vacation. Went into detail about how we'd always wanted to go to Disney but couldn't afford it. We had these stupid fucking folders full of certificates for a free vacation that were absolutely worthless. None of us could have even afforded the airfare to Florida at that point. Of course, to make it fair, all of his wife's kids got real trips to Disney World that they paid for. I'm told it was either a baby book that had already been filled in for someone else's kid that was gifted to me by my great-aunt when I was pregnant. I hate to think of how she even got it. Was it at a garage sale? What happened to that baby? Or else a lovely and extremely stylish, in the 80s, personalized sweater that my brother's then girlfriend made for me that had my name spelled wrong on it. My mother-in-law usually gets my wife, and I lots of small presents each at Christmas. A couple of years ago, among some otherwise lovely presents, I unwrapped a rape alarm keyring. Context: I am a 6-foot, reasonably muscular male. I think she knew via my wife that I'm not a morning person, and had mistaken the label for personal alarm to mean that it was some sort of wake-up alarm clock. I said nothing at the time, but the opportunity recently came up to mention it to her. Thankfully she saw the funny side. As a wedding gift, I received 2 40-pound bags of pennies. According to this site, there are approximately 181 of the most common pennies in circulation, copper-plated zinc, per pound. 80 pounds x 181 pennies per pound equals 14,480 pennies, at 1 cent each equals a cool $144.80. The same video game 3 times in one Christmas. I wanted Splatoon back before Nintendo Switch among a few other games, and rather than 3 different games on my wishlist, everybody bought me Mighty Number 9 3 times, because my family didn't bother to check with each other. So I opened a gift from my grandmother, one of my brothers, and one of my uncles, and they were all Mighty Number 9. That was an awkward Christmas. My younger sister has given me real lentils 3 years in a row now, and somehow I fall for it every time. She packages them in a biscuit tin or something sneaky, and so when I excitedly open them on the day they spill everywhere, and she just finds it hilarious. It is a handmade conch shell horn. They just haphazardly sawed the pointed end off, a $5 O'Charlie's gift card, and 3 packets of Swiss Miss. The catch: these were 3 different Christmas gifts from my in-laws, and the only gifts I received on those given years. I'm not a musician, I've never eaten at O'Charlie's, and I'm lactose intolerant. My now ex-boyfriend, of over 3.5 years, was basically notorious for terrible gifts. Here's some lovely examples. Our first Valentine's Day, 8 months together mind you, he straight up didn't care enough to get me anything. His mom felt so bad that she went out bought me a bunch of discount candy and a bear to make up for her asshole son. First Christmas I received a $1 bag of popcorn. Nothing for any of my birthdays. For our second Christmas he bought me a small pizza since my parents were going to a friend's house for dinner. Instead of spending time together he washed his car in my front lawn, live in North Carolina, freezing for 2 hours, then had the balls to get mad and insult me because I ate the small pizza by myself, my gift that he said 2 hours earlier that he wanted none of it. Our last Christmas together takes the cake though. Not only did he let his mom pick the gifts because he didn't care, was there to approve though, I was allergic to most of it. I have 3 skin diseases, needless to say it's pretty sensitive, and can be easily irritated. I can only use natural kind creams, no artificial scent kind of stuff. I'm also very sensitive when it comes to fake metal, if it's the kind that will turn your skin green, as I'll get a rash for over a week. I received a pink ring smaller than my pinky, somehow managed to squeeze it on, that gave me a rash in literally 30 minutes, pink lotion that burned my skin the second it came into contact with me, and pink glitter body spray / perfume that also burned to the touch. Even if I wasn't allergic to it, I hate the color pink, would never use lotion unless it's for medical purposes, hate glitter and am far from the type to wear body glitter. Christmas present from my previous fiancé. I have bad allergies to animals and animal hair. And we had this long conversation about Christmas presents we had received in the past that we hated. He told me he always got raw wool sweaters from his grandmother, made by hand by craftsmen, and imported from Italy. He hated wool sweaters because they were so picky and he always got rashes from them. I agreed and told him that I, too, hated wool sweaters. So what did he get me for Christmas? A raw wool sweater from the same company his grandmother ordered from in Italy. Moron. Please note the fact that I said my previous fiancé.
Hey adventurers and fellow redditors, are you tired of hearing the same old battle music during your D&D sessions or just looking for the perfect soundtrack for your next epic quest? Well, let me introduce you to Amazon Music Unlimited. With Amazon Music Unlimited, you get access to over 100 million songs ad-free. That means whether you need an intense combat playlist, relaxing tunes for a tavern scene, or just something to vibe to while scrolling Reddit, we've got you covered. And it's not just about music, there are thousands of podcasts too. So if you need a break between campaigns, you can catch up on your favorite shows. Plus, there's the best part. If you sign up today, you can try it free for 30 days. No commitment, no hassle, just endless music and podcasts tailored to your taste. So whether you're crafting your next D&D campaign, painting minis, or just chilling with your party, make your soundtrack legendary with Amazon Music Unlimited. Hit the link below and start your free trial now because every adventure needs a killer soundtrack.
A literal lump of coal. From my best friend in college. It was a gag gift. He said it was the gift of warmth. This part was funny. I bought him an MP3 player. This made it sad. Very true, me and my friend get each other a couple of small gag gifts and then one actual nice present for Christmas each year, and it all goes down a treat. Meanwhile, last Christmas, my mum bought her friend a nice gift box and some extras, and her friend got her a toilet bowl light. For Christmas last year, the guy I was dating had been telling me for weeks that he had gotten me the perfect gift and that he was so excited for me to open it. He gave me an electric shock collar for my dog. No, I had not asked for it. I had a basset hound puppy and no way in hell would I ever use it on him. I was turning 13 or 14, maybe 15, and I really wanted a portable radio/cassette deck. Yep, I'm that old. We didn't have CDs yet. It was my birthday, and when I unwrapped the box my grandparents had gotten me, I was so excited when I saw that picture of a boombox on the front of it. I eagerly tore the box open, so excited to see and try out my new radio, only to be greeted with a couple of sweaters or something like that. I was so disappointed. Of course, they thought it was hilarious. I never really forgave them for that and never asked them for anything I actually wanted after that either. It has probably influenced my disdain for present pranks like this. I know how it feels to be super excited about something, only to have it taken away so others can laugh at you. Socks. I understand socks are a perfectly acceptable adult gift, and I was actually genuinely grateful for the first bag of socks. But my mom buys and immediately wraps gifts, and her memory isn't great, so she forgot she bought me socks already, so she bought a second bag. She then proceeded to forget she bought me socks again, buying me a third bag of socks. Then she noticed I had 3 more gifts than my sister, so she bought her a couple nice gifts. So Christmas morning my sister opens an iPad, I open a bag of socks. My sister opens a new camera, I open a bag of socks. My sister opens some sewing shit, I open socks. Realizing she screwed up, my mom remembered she had one more gift for me, already wrapped, that she was going to save for my birthday since I already had so many that Christmas. She runs upstairs to grab it, and I open what ends up being a 4th bag of socks. My wife managed to give me 2 shitty presents. When we were first going out, early 90s, she figured that since I was a musician, she'd surprise me with boa constrictor. I fucking hate snakes. Even more than Jews hate Hitler. Ended up being our first argument with me telling her to get that fucking piece of shit out of our house, now. Then had to explain to her that me being a musician doesn't mean I'm Alice Cooper. Years later, for Christmas she thought it would be a great gift idea for her to sign us both up for a 2-year membership at Bally's Health Club, at fucking $60 a month for 2 fucking years. I just wanted to puke because both our health insurance benefits included a $10 a month, with no contract pay-as-you-go, membership for the same place. We went twice. I was disgusted by the nasty locker room that smelled like a bus station in a bad part of town. And never went again, all while getting fucked monthly with a stupidly high payment for 2 years. To this day, whenever my wife says that she has a surprise for me, I always utter, "Oh shit." And she gets mad at me, but hey, you made your bed, so you lay down in it. When I graduated in '08, my mother gifted me her rusted out '88 Camaro that needed all new tires, rims, motor, exhaust, brakes, and all the seals had dry rotted, so it was taking on water through the T-tops. I had just signed up for the military and she knew I would be leaving in a few months, so she gave me the keys and said that I was not allowed to sell it. Never titled it in my name, and she took the keys and gave it to my sister while I was away. Sister ended up selling it. Not my gift, but a friend gifted my GF a baseball-themed scarf for her B-day. It was one of those first 10,000 fans get free shit day. Told him we have 2 of the exact same scarves. He didn't believe us. The thing is, we went to that same game with him and all of us got scarves. The Grinch came for Christmas. I got a toilet ring thing that my dad had taken out when replacing a really old toilet. Straight from Dirty Jobs, that thing was absolutely nasty. Another year my 2-year brother got my dirty underwear and 10-year me got his diaper. Other presents he gave was a smashed cup of ramen and moldy bread. Edit, it was a funny tradition my family had. The Grinch would take some of the nastiest things in the house and wrap them up really bad. We did get normal presents too, like socks. Some capsules for a Dolce Gusto machine. I don't even drink coffee, nor do I own such a machine. However, the person called me later on the same week and apologized for the fuck-up. They mixed up the boxes apparently, and gave me a gift card after they came by to pick up the gift, a single guitar pick. It was the one thing I received from my collective cousins for Christmas. I understand that we hadn't really spoken or been great friends for several years, but honestly it was just a bit insulting. I would have rather gotten nothing but a Merry Christmas and a hug. All this did was cement the notion that they didn't really know, or care about, me. To be fair, it was a nice, decorative pick. I just don't use picks, so it was kind of useless. My grandma gave me a glittery pink Bible. I've always been a tomboy and I'm an atheist. I assume she meant well though. My grandmother used to use gift-giving holidays to try and get me to go with her to church under the guise of it being a gift of some sort. When I was 17 I finally relented and went with her to a service, and she was disappointed when, afterward, I hadn't been filled with God's light. She hasn't really tried again since, but she does mention how worried she is about me to my mother more often than is comfortable. A single amiibo, I think it was Mario. Thing is, this came from my so's brother and his wife. I had spent $50 on each of them, and a good chunk of change on their kid who was a couple years old, cause who doesn't spoil a kid. My so and I had been dating for 6 years at that point, so it's not like they didn't know me. I know Christmas isn't about equal exchange, it's the thought that counts etc., but clearly they thought very little of me, and damn if it didn't feel insulting. So their Christmas presents, since then, have been a small generic gift for them to share. I still spoil the kid though. Not her fault, her parents are like that. For my 13th birthday, I really wanted a Game Boy. They just came out and Pokemon was a huge hit. I had to convince my parents to go to Toys R Us to get it, but they ended up getting lost, having a yelling match between each other, and then they gave up finding the Toys R Us and we just went home. So for my 13th birthday, I got a marital argument. My family decided the adults would exchange names a few years ago so we could buy one person a nice gift. My nephew and I got each other's names. I bought him a hardback Stephen King novel, a shirt, and some other stuff. I got a $1 dish towel inside a $1 mug. Last time I exchanged names. It wasn't the cost of the gifts that bothered me, it was that there was zero thought put into it. It's more of a worst/best, During a white elephant exchange, a co-worker gave me a £50 sack of rice. Everyone laughed hard, joked lots and gave me tons of shit about carrying it home. What they didn't know and the gifter did was that I was desperate financially and routinely went without any food. He fed me for 4 months. Thank you, Skylar, I'll never forget. This was the worst gift I thought I received, and it has haunted me since. When I was around 7 or so, I really wanted an Intellivision. Yeah, I'm old, BTW. That was the only thing I asked for Christmas from my dad, literally nothing else. He kept telling me he couldn't afford it, and so I had to pick something else, but I couldn't/wouldn't come up with anything else. Christmas morning rolls around and there's a huge box under the tree for me. I open it up and lo and behold, it's a diaper box. I swear I locked myself in my bedroom crying for an hour before he coaxed me out and forced me to open the box, and sure enough there was the Intellivision. I still get a ration of shit from him over that most years. Oh, my son keeps bugging me for a Switch. I may hand down this torture, what you think? Senior year of high school, my girlfriend gave me a couple of things for my birthday. One of them was the movie 8 Mile, which is one of my favorites, and I actually introduced her to the movie a while back. Only problem is, she bought a bootleg copy of the movie at a flea market, took a random case for a movie and printed out the cover for 8 Mile and stuck it in the case, then somehow managed to get the case plastic wrapped as if it was new. The bootleg copy was someone recording the movie at a theater, and about 2 minutes in they put the camera down so the screen was just black for about 10 minutes, and then they picked their camera back up and recorded it in awful quality. My office had Secret Santa. It was a small non-profit. Everyone wrote down 3 things they enjoy. For example, I think I put Star Trek as one of my likes. The president kept putting off the gift exchange. Finally, in mid-January, we all exchange gifts. Turns out the president got my name. The gift was Christmas craft supplies. I'm still convinced she put it off because she didn't have a gift for me and then just gave me crap she had lying around her house. My step-aunt has given me some of the best gifts/s. She's a schizophrenic hoarder, so things get interesting. Some of the gifts I've received are below. Maxi pads. Expired tanning lotion. Old Avon makeup. Discontinued bath and body scents. I'm talking years old. The best were the cups. She saw that people were putting cute stuff in tumblers. Well, we got Rally's cups with cut-up newspaper and old-ass samples and veggie seeds. Honestly, it's great to see what we get even if they're awful. My mother-in-law always gives me the worst gifts. The worst was a 12-inch tall, tube-shaped candle holder. It was frosted glass with stars on it, and the base was a ring of metal hearts. This would be fine if I was her daughter-in-law. I'm not. I'm her son-in-law. It's not like she doesn't know me. It's not like I haven't been with her daughter since high school, and it's definitely like we didn't just celebrate our 20th wedding anniversary. I think she gets off on it. I like reading books. Back in grade school I used books as a substitute for friends. As a result, I get lots of book-adjacent gifts and they're usually appreciated. One time I got a Borders gift card. It was probably 2013. Borders had been out of business for 2 years. For my 30th, my dad gave me his old gift card. It literally had his name printed on it. When I tried to use it, it required a PIN, so I called him in the middle of an attempted purchase. He couldn't remember the number and gave me a few to test out, none of which worked. I ended up just putting the card on his desk and he took it back without comment. The card was most likely a gift from one of the women he was cheating with. I told my grandparents I needed some cups. I opened my Christmas gift shortly and it was a box of 4 brand new glass cups, or so I thought. Those fucks bought themselves brand new ones and gave me their old shitty plastic cups in the box that the new ones came in. I hate to be unappreciative, but son of a bitch. My grandparents are incredibly well off as well, so it's not like it would hurt them. My ex did something similar on my birthday, but instead of cancelling told me at the end of the date after I'd spent hundreds to go out and have a nice night, and dropped an "oh yeah I don't love you and fuck my ex just this morning, also I'm on meth right now." Fuck, that's awful. Sounds like you dodged a bullet though. I hope you found someone better. Why does everyone describe a bad relationship as dodged a bullet? This man took her out on his birthday, and spent hundreds of dollars on it. Only for it to end with her being a drug addict who cheated on him the morning of his birthday. He got shot. The bullet got him. Sounds like he's recovered, but he definitely got hit. Edit, and I just read further to find out that she's carrying his child. That bullet did some serious damage. I wish you the best of luck, man. Hope everything turns out okay.
Hey adventurers! Today I'm super excited to share my thoughts on Keys from the Golden Vault, the thrilling new D&D sourcebook that's all about heists. If you're into clever planning, stealthy maneuvers, and daring escapes, this book is for you. What I love most is that it's packed with heist adventures for every level, so whether you're a new party or seasoned veterans, there's always a perfect challenge waiting. The artwork in this book? Absolutely stunning. It's not only vibrant in detail, but it's also incredibly inclusive, showcasing diverse characters and settings that truly reflect the world of D&D today. It makes it even more fun to dive into these scenarios with my group to have this beautiful book in hand. And let me tell you, running these heists with my tabletop crew has been an absolute blast. The creativity, the tension, the out-of-the-box thinking, it keeps everyone on their toes and coming back for more. So if you're looking to spice up your D&D sessions, Keys from the Golden Vault is a must-have. Trust me, you won't regret it. Now go plan that perfect heist. Link in the description. Just go to the description and click the link and buy the book.